Hi everybody, and welcome back to my kitchen, and thank you for taking the time to join me. It's here where I'll share family favorite recipes, both sweet and savory. And tonight we're going to make strawberry shortcake for dessert. So if you're ready, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is wash our strawberries. I usually have a bottle of vinegar water that I spray all my fruits and vegetables that I bring home from the grocery store. But instead, I'm out of my vinegar and water. So instead, I'm going to rinse my strawberries in some baking soda and cool water. And then I'm going to swish them around and then rinse them off. Okay. So I've got 2 tablespoons of baking soda, and follow me over to the sink where I've already washed my hands. Let's take some cold water, swish that around, and we're going to toss in our strawberries. So I'm going to go ahead and soak these. I don't know if you can see this, but I've kind of agitated the water, and you can tell where some of this, the strawberries have been cleaned off already. So we'll go ahead and drain that. And take some more cool water. And rinse our strawberries. You're going to leave these tops on because if you take the tops off and then rinse them, it's just going to make your strawberries all soggy. So now you can see the water is a bit clearer. Oops, straggler, that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and take the tops off of our strawberries. They're still kind of draining, so let me go ahead and take off the tops. I like to do all these at once. What I've got here is 1 pound of beautiful strawberries. Fresh strawberries. So we're removing the tops. These are nice big strawberries. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a paring knife and I'm going to cut the little tops off. Okay. So again, I'm going to do all this. I don't want any white or green. We're going to do this to all our strawberries. We actually have a tool that you can remove the tops of tomatoes and strawberries, but I find this is just as adequate. Kind of trimming off some of this green part too. Alrighty. So I'm going to slice these into bite-sized pieces. And I'm not going to use anything that has that green. It's got a little bit of green on it. So let's trim that. you want bite-sized pieces. Get rid of that. Anything green or yellow. If you want to buy extra strawberries to decorate your dessert, top your dessert with sliced strawberries, that's fine. I just like to put a little bit of whipped cream on top of mine. Leave it like that. 1 pound of strawberries. If you want to put more strawberries in there, like 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, you can certainly do that. So I have a 1/2 cup of sugar here, and what I'm doing is I'm going to macerate these strawberries, and that means just to have all the liquid leach out of them. All the natural sugars are going to combine with the sugar that we have. It's going to make a nice, delicious syrup that's going to just add to the strawberry dessert. Alrighty. I just added the vanilla extract. This is kid friendly. I know some people like to put a little bit of port in their strawberries, but we're not going to do that. So I'm going to put these in a container. And put them in the refrigerator. So the fluid from the strawberries will leach out or be drawn out. So if you have a big party or you've got more people in your family, we've only got 3 in our family, so this is plenty for us. So off to the refrigerator it goes for a few hours. Okay, so we've cleaned off our surface from where we prepared our strawberries, and now we're going to make our biscuit. This is a dessert biscuit. This is a different recipe from the biscuits that I have in another video that's a little more savory. It's got, it has shortening in it, and since this is a dessert biscuit, I have some cold cubed butter. But before I mix that in, I have some 2 cups of flour. I'm going to add in our sugar. It's sat for too long. I have baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Okay. I'm going to whisk this up a bit. Make it nice and homogeneous. You can even put your dry ingredients in the flour, in the refrigerator to keep everything cool. Now I have a biscuit cutter. This is a biscuit cutter that's a little bit smaller than what I use for my regular biscuits. I don't know what the size is. I guess it's 1.5 inches. And some bench flour that I'm going to cut my biscuits out with. This recipe makes 8 biscuits. So I'm going to now put in our butter, not shortening. And I've got a pastry blender. You can use 2 knives or your fingertips, but my fingertips are a little bit warm, so I'm going to start by cutting in the butter with the pastry cutter. And we want to continue to cut this butter into our flour and our leavening, our baking soda, baking powder, and salt until it resembles little pea-sized crumbs. You can work this as much as you want to until you've got all your butter cut into your flour or your dry ingredients. All right. That looks good. And I'm going to preheat my oven to 420 degrees Fahrenheit. These biscuits will cook in or bake in the oven for 9 to 10 minutes. Doesn't take long at all. So now that we've got all this incorporated, I'm going to add our cup of milk. And we're going to get messy. It is a bit sticky because of the sugar, but remember, it's a dessert biscuit. So we're going to prepare our work surface with some flour. It's hard for me to do it with this hand. I typically do it like that. Okay. And so we're going to roll this out onto our work surface. Get our spatula and get every bit of that goodness out. Want every bit of that. Okay, you can roll this out if you wanted to, but I like using my hands. Now you don't want to knead it. What you want to do is, and to, again, keep from having to put all your warm hands onto this, we're going to do like we do our regular biscuits and fold this over. And that's going to create layers just like our regular biscuits. Okay. And I'm just going to flatten this out into a rectangle. Again, I don't want to work my dough too much. And I want about a ½ inch in height. Remember, you can twist these as long as you go all the way down. Just 1, 2. And like I said, it makes about 8 biscuits. I have my baking pan here with a silicone pad, or you could use parchment. And just like our regular biscuits, you want to make these close together. Place these close together. This should make 8 biscuits. Again, don't work it too much. Just fold the dough on top of itself to create layers. I have 8 here. Oh, why not? Let's go for it. We won't work it too much because it'll be a very tough biscuit. We'll throw 1 in there for luck. All right. So I'm going to fold this over. You don't want to get any flour on your pan because flour and heat don't mix. I'm going to brush the tops of these dessert biscuits with some milk and a splash of vanilla. You want some kind of protein on your biscuit, whether it's like an egg wash. I like milk. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. And because it is a dessert biscuit, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of coarse sugar on top, just to add to some of the sweetness. Or you can use turbinado sugar. This is just coarse sugar that I bake with sometimes for my cookies. And I'm going to pop these into the oven for 9 minutes. So we're going to make the whipped cream with 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. You can do this in a stand mixer with your whipping attachment. This is about a half a teaspoon of vanilla, and I've got a 1/3 cup of sugar. Very simple. Okay, so let's see if I can keep this from going everywhere. Before this gets totally whipped, let me taste test. Ooh. That's enough sugar. You can do soft peaks or stiff peaks for your whipped cream. Soft peaks. Okay, we are done with this. Let's check our dessert biscuits. They're glorious. Now this is anywhere from 9 to 10 minutes. I am going to leave it in the oven for about 1 or 2 more minutes. So back into the oven you go. So I put these biscuits, or bake the biscuits an additional 2 minutes. I'm just going to let them sit here. They're too hot, but I want them to get warmed so we can make our dessert. You can tell these are flaky. These are beautiful. I'm actually going to cut these in half and make a double-decker strawberry shortcake. So these are going to cool for about 10 minutes. Okay, so I wish you could smell these. You want to serve these warm too. They were hot from the oven, but you want to serve them warm. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it. That looks so beautiful. So I'm going to build this shortcake by putting in some strawberries first, a little bit of whipped cream, yeah, a little bit, not really, throw some more strawberries. Our lovely, delicious shortcake biscuit. And you want to make sure, you see how those strawberries macerated? Okay, so now we'll top our biscuit with some delicious strawberries. And the beauty of this biscuit is it will hold up to this syrup. And then we're going to top this. Oh my gosh. This is no time to be counting calories. This is the time to enjoy. And so we're going to top this. Some fresh whipped cream. All right. I did get a big spoon. And I'm going to try to get a little bit of everything. I want the whipped cream, the biscuit, and some of the strawberries. It's going to be a big bite, folks, but oh well. Okay, so there we have it. Okay, so you can see in there the biscuit, it's holding together. nicely. Okay, so. Oh, the biscuit is perfect. Not too sweet. Complements the strawberries that are sweet, but not sickening sweet. And our whipped topping. Let's take another bite. And as you can see how our biscuit is holding together? It's sitting in all this syrup, yet it's still holding together. It looks discolored because of the strawberry syrup. I'm gonna take another big bite. Okay, here we go. And there's our biscuit. I'm gonna have a bite of biscuit. Just the biscuit to show you that it does hold up well. Okay. One excuse. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you don't try this recipe, I feel sorry for you. This is perfect now that it's in some states. We're already doing Strawberry Festival. It's mid-May, and there are some people that are folks that are doing Strawberry Festival. Strawberries are in season and are at their sweetest in June. So you got no excuse for not having this. You could even add blueberries to this for a red, white, and blue if you're going to celebrate the 4th of July. So Annie Lane, she's a big fan of strawberry shortcake. This is for you. I love you. So there you have it, friends. Fresh strawberries, fresh homemade whipped cream, and a beautiful dessert biscuit to make a lovely strawberry shortcake. If you enjoyed this recipe as much as I enjoyed making it for you, or you learned something today, please give me a big thumbs up. Be sure to like and subscribe and ring the notification bell for upcoming videos. So until then, stay happy and stay healthy. Thanks for watching.